Tonight, President Trump firing back amid a bombshell report that one of his calls with a foreign leader prompted a whistleblower complaint from an intelligence officer. Mr. Trump dismissing the report as presidential harassment, tweeting, "Virtually any time I speak on the phone to a foreign leader, I understand that there may be many people listening. Is anybody dumb enough to believe that I would say something inappropriate on such a potentially heavily populated call?" The Washington Post citing former officials who say the president's interaction with the foreign leader included a promise that the officer found so troubling that they filed a complaint with the inspector general. A former U.S. official tells NBC News it involved a phone conversation.
We do not have the complaint.
It's all sparking a fiery standoff, with House Democrats demanding the acting director of National Intelligence, Joseph Maguire, turn over the complaint. But Maguire is refusing, overruling the inspector general, who said the allegation was credible and urgent. Maguire citing advice from the Department of Justice's legal counsel, a DOJ official tells NBC News. A top Democrat accusing the White House of trying to keep it secret.
If the assertion is accurate that the Department of Justice has made and the DNI has affirmed that this involves a potentially privileged communication, then at one level or another, it likely involves either the president or people around him.
But Republicans tonight are dismissing this latest firestorm.
This is not something I'd ever see the president doing, and I would, instead of jump to conclusions, actually get the facts first.
Maguire has agreed to testify publicly next week. And what we still don't know, who the foreign leader was and what the president allegedly promised.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.